It was a transformative moment for me when I looked at this photo and went, oh my God, this is what I want to do now. I'm Eric Edward Schell. I'm a photographer here in Houston. I used to be a musical theater performer for about 17 years.
Oh, wow.
In New York, and here in Houston, 6 years at the Hobby Center downtown. And then I just kind of found photography. It's always been like an obsession of mine, but it wasn't something I pursued professionally until like maybe the last 2 years. And then when I let everything else go and professionally, and just focused on photography, it became like what it is today. I took a trip with my parents to New Orleans, and I was just doing some like street photography. I bought like a really nice camera, and I was like, I just want to like see what happens. And I got home, and I was looking through the photos, and there's this one photo of a mime that I shot, and it was like a transformative moment for me when I looked at this photo and went, oh my God, this is like what I want to do now. So the theater I worked for closed overnight, and I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I worked in a salon, I worked as an artist assistant, which was all great and fun, but it like wasn't my own creative outlet. So when I was looking at this photo of the mime, I was like, this is, like, I have to do this. So I dropped everything and like immediately set up Eric Edward Schell Photography, and like just like clients started like coming. Admittedly, I like had no idea what I was doing, so I signed up for a whole bunch of classes at the Houston Center for Photography, and like dove into it education-wise, and then just kind of like found my own style of photography through working with clients.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and
That's
then
really cool.
and then it's evolved like so many times, but the root of it is always there, which is I see life as a show, because I did theater for so long. Like I can capture little secret moments really well. I knew it had to happen. And even when I was hired to do things that I was like, I don't know how to do that, I figured it out and I did it.
That's really cool.
And it never failed. I mean, I look back at like older work and I'm like, I could have done that differently, but I mean, that could be said for anything. So,
That's true.
you know, I just kind of had to force myself to have the confidence that I knew what I was doing, and just believe in myself. Every client and project I take on, I have to be able to relate to on a personal level somehow, because I want my work to be able to show and reflect heart and care and depth. So I have to be able to connect with things on a personal level, which is why I don't do events, because I find it very like
cookie cut,
Yeah.
and forced,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That makes a lot of sense.
So like the Transvisible project, it was like trans was not something I knew anything about until I met Lou. I used to drive for Uber, and I met Lou in an Uber, and we just like started talking, and then he like asked if I wanted to do this project, and I was like, okay. And so I like educated myself like online really quickly, and I was like, wow, like how did I miss this, like the T in the LGBTQIA, you know, like how did I miss that? Because I grew up in San Francisco. I mean, I lived in New York. I've lived in Houston, like
Super
major
inclusive.
cities. Yeah. So, but then, like that. To my point of I have to be able to like connect with something. Like I was educating myself through my work, and getting to know people and humanizing trans.
Yeah.
So that was really important to me.
That's really
To
good.
do that.
That's,
Yeah.
oh, I love it.
With photography, you have to be, as being photographed, you have to be pretty vulnerable, and you have to give a lot of yourself to the photographer and to the camera. And I think if you, on that level of knowing that somewhere we're all connected within the LGBTQ plus community, that I think that takes away a little bit of the like, ooh, I'm on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that wall.
And like, because I try to, like I said, I try to relate to everyone I work with. So, and if I'm working with someone in the community, it's very easy for me to not put up a wall myself. You know?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Once you learn to love yourself, everything will fall into place in all aspects of your life. Because as soon as I learned to love myself, professionally, personally, all around, my entire life, like, transformed and became what it is today, which is awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you very much.
I am Eric Edward Shell, one of the creators of Pride Portraits. Pride Portraits stands for Photographs Representing Individuals Deserving Equality. Our mission is to visually represent the LGBTQ community and its allies, one photograph and story at a time. Visibility for our community is key to promote the humanization of a community that is dehumanized every single day by America at large.